Hello everyone! Today I am writing the story and there will be background sounds. I have the TV on and I'm doing this at night. And so, warning, swearing, violence, blood, and BL. Relationships. And slow burn. So suffer. Anyways, let's get into the video and let's start. Chapter 1. How we messed up. Oxy was in the hallway, walking to class with his best friend, Clara. She has strawberry blonde hair, pink eyes, pale skin. Her species is mermaid, and she is 20. And Oxy has blonde hair to purple hair, pale skin, purple eyes, incubus horns and tail, and has scars on his face. Clara says, "So, how is your rival doing?" And Oxy quickly says, "I hope he's dead." Clara sighs and says, "Is that Cosmos talking, or is that you, Oxy?" Oxy, aka now Cosmos, says, "Is Cosmos. Cosmos is the same, but just light blue instead of purple, but one eye stays purple." Cosmos changes Oxy's eye and hair to light blue, and Cosmos says, "Let's hurry. We are going to be late for class." Luna says, "Okay, let's go." Cosmos walks in first, and that makes water from a bucket that was balanced on the top of the door falls and gets all over Cosmos, and he immediately looked at a person named Cullum. Cullum has black and orange hair, red eyes, foxtail, fox ears, darker skin, and scars on his face. Cullum is laughing as soon as he realizes it wasn't Oxy that was in control, but it was Cosmos. Cullum says, "Oh shit." Cosmos has thrown a chair at Cullum, and Cullum barely misses as the chair hits another student. Cosmos goes away and Oxy is back. Here, he changes his eye and hair back to purple, and Oxy yells to the student that got hurt, "Sorry, that was Cosmos." And Oxy looks at Cullum and rolls his eyes and goes to his seat, and Clara says, "So much love tension." That gets Cullum and Oxy's attention. They both yell, "We are rivals! We are rivals!" Clara laughs and says, Yeah, whatever." The teacher comes in and says, "Get to your seats." Everyone sits down for class, and the teacher says, "Okay, today we will be learning about the history of witchcraft. Remember what this is the saying." The whole class says, "We may have witchcraft, but we don't do it." And the teacher says, "That is correct. Now, why don't we do it if we are part of it?" Aaron and Oxy put their hands up to answer the question. Aaron is Cullum's friend and Oxy's bully. She has blue hair, purple eyes, heart-shaped pupils with cat slits in the middle, tan skin, and has dark gray wings. Species, fallen angel. The teacher says, "Okay, Oxy, you answer." Oxy stands up and says, "The reason why we don't do witchcraft is because if we do, we don't summon just normal things. We most likely will summon a dangerous shapeshifter that could hurt, eat, or kill us or our families." The teacher says, "That is correct. Go sit back down now. On with our lesson." Time skip to the main if the if the lesson. The teacher says, "And if a shapeshifter has green or blue on it, it it's one of the most dangerous. At the second most dangerous, and their color can change if they somehow kill a shapeshifter that is the purple or dark green, because their first most dangerous shapeshifter, anything under those two, can easily hurt or kill can be easily hurt or killed, and pose not a threat to you or your families." In Oxy's head, Cosmos: "This is so boring. We should be doing something fun after school." Oxy: "Maybe, but who will come with us?" Ozzy says, "Maybe we should invite Callum and Clara. If we do a 7, like, I don't know, witchcraft, I think it would be fun." Ozzy does the same as Cosmos with the colors, but he's more flirty and playful. Ozzy says, "That wouldn't be a bad idea, but if shit goes down, we can just sacrifice Cullum." Cosmos laughs and nods and says, "Yes, yes, and it will be so much fun." Later at lunch, Oxy is walking with Clara to Cullum, and Ozzy says, "So Clara, what do you think about the idea?" Also, it was Ozzy's idea, not mine. Clara says, "I think it would be a good idea, but why bring Cullum?" Oz- Ozzy, Oxy says, "So we can sacrifice him if it's dangerous, duh." Clara says, "Let me guess, it was Cosmo's idea." Oxy says, "Actually, no, it was actually Ozzy's idea." Clara says, "Wow, really? Damn, didn't think he had it in him." They finally arrive at the cafeteria and see Cullum, and they walk up to Cullum, and Cullum says, what do y'all want? That you guys actually willingly came up to talk to me, or is it because you missed me, Noxy?" Oxy rolls his eyes and says, "No, none of that. I just wanted to ask if you could hang out with us, and if you want more details about it, I will just text you." And Cullum looks confused and says, "Well, can I at least bring my friend Aaron?" Clara says, "If Oxy is okay with it, it wasn't my idea." Oxy says,
Maybe I will text you later if it's okay, okay? Colum says, sure, Noxie. And Colum walks away, and Oxy says, stop calling me a Noxie. Later that day after school, Oxy is walking home while Aaron arrives and gets in front of Oxy and pushes him down to the ground. And she says, what a idiot. You think you are so much better than me? Aaron kicks Oxy in the head, and that is when Cosmos comes out. Cosmos looks at Aaron, his lip bleeding, and he stands up and says, not my fault that the teacher picked me. It seems like I'm just smarter than you. Aaron gets mad and punches Cosmos in the eye. Aaron eventually leaves after beating up Cosmos. Cosmos gets up and walks home with a bleeding lip, bruised eye, and a sprained wrist. This was normal for Cosmos, Oxy, and Ozzy. Since Aaron was his bully, Cosmos lets Oxy take control and Oxy gets home. He starts to take a shower to clean up all the blood on his body. So, after he finishes his shower, he puts on a black turtleneck, and big, loose, ripped jeans and sneakers. He bandages up his wounds and hides the bruises with makeup and some lip gloss. So then he texts Colum all of the plan for later, and Colum texts back, so y'all are just sacrificing me if shit goes down? And Oxy texts back, yeah, so? Colum texts back, oh, Noxy, you really would sacrifice me? Oxy texts, duh. Now hurry up, we are meeting at the school in the locker rooms. Once they arrive there, Clara says, cute outfit, Oxy. Oxy says, thanks, and Colum should be arriving here soon. Colum finally arrives wearing a tank top and pants and sneakers and a jacket around his waist. I needed to add this bit. Colum says, sup, so are we doing this or what? Oxy nods and says, yeah, I got it done here. Shows how the scene is like a star with a circle around it and with little candles and a paper in the middle that says, we summon the shapeshifter, which they need to burn to make and then put it in the middle of it for it to work. Colum says, geez, is that blood? Clara says, no, it's just a red marker. Colum says, oh. Oxy rolls his eyes and lights the candles with a lighter and grabs the paper and says, okay, so each of y'all grabs a candle and we put the candle flames on the paper and we say, we call for the shapeshifter, and we throw it back into the metal before it burns fully. They nod and grab a candle, and Oxy grabs a candle too, and they all say at the same time as they burn the paper, we call for the shapeshifter. The end. Chapter 2 will have all the horror stuff, and I just can't go over 15 minutes.